Alright guys, nothing like improvisation. I grabbed a flexible straw from a amusement park cup that we had, and I shoved it into the 3/8 inch hose, and I shoved it down there as far as it could go, and I'm pumping it out. So fluid is super dark. Alright, we're just pumping away over here. Kind of unorthodox. I've got the pump between my legs. I'm holding it with my knees and getting this thing out. You can see this flexible hose or flexible straw. I have to admit, guys, God is good, because this is the first straw I found, and it wedges right in there, right into the end of that thing very nicely. So call it luck or call it divine providence, I don't know. Alright, so let's try to move this around a little bit. You can see how far it was in. Let's shove it back in there. Definitely want to try to get as much as I can out of there. Still some coming out, just barely. You can see how far, let me back it up. You can see how far I had it in there. Okay, so let me back up here and I'll show you what I got so far. That's how I was holding it. I'll get the light over here. So yeah, you can see how I got it set up. It's not really even covering the bottom of that. Let me see. There's the fluid. just from looking at this, guys, I have to say 53,000 miles, it's a must. Wishing I would have done it earlier, for sure. I'm glad I did it at 53. As I mean, you can just see how dirty this stuff is. Let me get some on a paper towel, and I'll show you guys before I pump this stuff back in. Okay, hold on. Look at that. Yeah. Definitely needed, guys. Definitely needed it. Alright, now I'm going to get set up to pump it back in. Hold on. Alright, before I do that, let me show you this straw. So, here's my hose. This is the flexible straw that I had. Just looks like it's over maybe 14 inches long. You can see it's flexible. And here's the 3/8 inch hose, and it just fits in there nice and snug. And I just shoved it back in as far as I could to make sure it was locked in there good, and there wasn't a whole lot of air that could escape. But that was my solution to get a flexible, small enough hose to go in there. So if this is 3/8, probably, a 1/4 inch or smaller is ideal for getting it in there past the gears down to where the pool of oil or gear oil is, to be able to siphon it out. So that's the solution that I use there. Alright, let's pump this crap back in there, or pump the good stuff back in there. Alright, so we're going to pump this Amsoil Severe Gear 75W-140 in there. Got my pump. It's a little awkward because I've got it about the same height as this thing, and I noticed my battery's getting low. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it, but it's pretty simple, right? You stick the hose in there, and if I can get my other arm around, I will hold one side and pump with the other. But I can see right now, trying to work sideways here is a little bit difficult. So I'm going to pull this pump back over here on the other side of the exhaust and try to pump that way, like so. Try to hold it like that and then pump this way. Let's see if I can get the lighting a little bit better. There we go. Oops, that's not good. And don't want to knock the camera down, Douglas. Alright. Alright. Let's go. I have no idea how much I got out. I shouldn't say no idea. I didn't measure it. But because I spilled some, as you saw, there was some in the hose. I just don't see how accurate you can be with this. But I will say this, I stuck my pinky down in there and the fluid was like just below, the fluid level was like just below this. So I'm going to fill it up until it starts coming out. And I'll let you know how much that is. Alright, let's get my rag over here. Haven't done the front differential and now the back. This differential fluid, I've done it before, is just thick stuff. So right now, I'm not quite at a half a quart. And if my battery does run out and I stop recording, I'm just going to use a little bit of Permatex sealant on the threads of that nut there and tighten it back down. It wasn't actually very tight. It was just snug when I removed the nut. So, alright, so right there's about a half a quart. Let's see if I pull this out, if it's going to run out. It's not really running out yet, so let's get some more in there. Oop, there it comes. Yep, there it is. So it looks like I'm about 3/4 of a quart, maybe a little bit. A little bit less than that. Whoops, I did it again. This time I tripped it going